Hey guys, this is Trevor. This lesson is entitled How to Find Your Own Style, Part 1. Before we get started though, there's some definitions that I want to clear. Real simple, but we have range. Range is how many notes can you sing, okay? You have placement. Placement is where in my body am I placing my sound? And then you have tone. Tone is what kind of sound are you going for? So I'm going to go through all those throughout this lesson. So let's get started. The first question you need to ask yourself is, what do you like to sing? What sort of style do you like to sing? You need to know for yourself what sort of sound that you even like to incorporate. Like, are you an R&B listener? Are you a rock listener? Are you a country listener? Are you a gospel listener? It just depends. So that's the first question that I would have you ask yourself in order to start figuring out how to achieve your own style. So what sort of tone are you going for? So I'm going to go ahead and give you some examples of a few really common ones. But you've got nasal, which means it's in the nose. And I'll do these all with happy birthday to make it real simple. So nasal would sound like this. Happy birthday to you. Then you have throat, a throaty sound. Sounds like it's in the throat, and that would sound like this. Happy birthday to you. Then you have an airy tone. It sounds like it's very full of air. Happy birthday to you. Then you have a rock, which has a real kind of thrust to it, so it would sound like this. Happy birthday to you. Then you have gritty, which is a real kind of crunchy kind of sound. It'd be like, happy birthday to you. That's like for metal and hard rock. You've got blues. Happy birthday to you. Very bluesy kind of type sound going on. You've got R&B, which is like Usher and that sort of style. So you've got happy birthday to you. See? You've got country, which has a real nice twang to it when you listen. There's a kind of type sound to it, so I'll do that. Happy birthday to you. You've got pop, which is real forward. It's real bright. Happy birthday to you. You've got musical theater, which sounds like it's very controlled, but it's also bright, but there's more teeth. You'll see my teeth much more, so it goes like this. Happy birthday to you. You've got opera, which is really low. It's really back. It's in the throat. Happy birthday to you. You've got gospel, which is very freeing and very out there. So it's going to sound like this. Happy birthday to you. So that's gospel. And then you finally have choir. Choir's very lyrical. It sounds like it's very prim and proper. Happy birthday to you. There you go, guys. Those are a bunch of different tones. And you need to realize that all of these deal with where you are placing your sound. And again, placement is where in the body are you placing your sound or your tone. And there you have it. Now, a key point you need to remember is that your voice is what you're influenced by. So if you're, a 17-year-old male and you're 98 pounds, don't expect to sound like a 300-pound opera singer. It's just not going to happen. But even though you're limited by your physical body, realize that with enough practice, you can sing whatever style you want. So another question you need to ask yourself is, what are you passionate about? What kind of styling or style are you passionate about? And then you need to remember that, moving on here, that one of the things you can do is you need to learn the different tones, the different types of sound. And the best way to do that is to listen to as many different types of music that you can, even if you don't like the genre and even if you don't like the artist, because what it will do, it will open your horizons musically. And that's just great, because I never used to listen to country at all. And then I started listening to a little bit of it, and I found some things out there that I kind of like, and like Brad Paisley is one of them, and I can't think of any other artists out there. Dierks Bentley I think is pretty darn cool. But had I not opened up my horizons, I wouldn't have been able to myself even known how to incorporate those types of things that they do in those styles of music into my own style. And I was shooting myself in the foot for a long, long, long time, and now I've got this rich sound and these other areas that I can pull from different sounds. And I've been working with a guy who's a rapper, and he asked me to do some R&B type stuff. And again, I was kind of like, oh, I don't know, but I tried it, and I was able to pull different things and put it into my own style. And remember that there's as many different tones as there are people. So that's just one thing to kind of recognize and realize, okay? Now, another thing is, what type of voice are you? You need to really know, okay, I am this sort of voice. And with males and females, it's real simple. With males, you have bass baritone, which means that you sing lower on the range. That means the notes that you sing are lower, like and stuff like that. That's all bass baritone type stuff. And then you have tenor, which means that you're singing higher. So you've got like that's all tenor type stuff. And there's everything in between that, and there's also stuff that goes above that and below that, and that and the other. For female, you have alto and you have soprano. Alto is the lower register. Alto is like and then you have soprano, which is more higher registers, like I know that probably looked really ridiculous, but those are the notes and the areas of singing as far as it goes. So again, male, you're either bass baritone or tenor. Female, you're either alto or soprano. And you need to know, because you need to find the style of voice that is similar to yours. And when you find that, then you can start to figure out, okay, now what do I need to do to achieve that? And I've just given you guys a list of things that you can do to achieve those sorts of things. So there you go. Now moving on here, we're going to go to the question of the week. This is from one of my viewers named Boomler. And Boomler asks, when I started to sing, I got into this bad habit of tilting my head upward when I hit the higher notes, really straining my vocal cords and clenching my throat down. Is there any mental exercise you can think of to do while I'm singing to stop this habit that's limiting my singing? Well, Boomer, thank you so much for the question. Also, thanks for the comments on my hair. Hope you like it. Boomer's asking a really good question, and I've talked about this before, but I'll go ahead and repeat myself. The first is, think of your body like a musical instrument. It's like a reed of an instrument. If you've ever played band or you've ever been in a band, you know that when you have a reed in an instrument, and I'm talking about reeded instruments, so you've got clarinets, you've got saxophones, you've got oboes, you've got, I can't think of any more right now, but any sort of reeded type instruments, what you have to realize is that when the reed is bent, whether it's forward or backward, the sound will cut off. So if you can mentally think of yourself like a musical instrument, and when you're standing up straight, have it, everything all in alignment, that'll help, because if you go down, it'll cut off the sound, and if you go up, it'll cut off the sound. So you have to remember, keep it all in line. So, Boomler, I'd say the next time that you try that, close your eyes, think of the musical instrument sort of metaphor that I was giving you, and see how it goes. Another way to think of it is think of yourself like a hose. This is another metaphor. When you have a hose, if you cut off or you kink it, the water stops. So you could think of yourself as either a hose or as a musical instrument. I tend to think of myself as a musical instrument, but maybe a hose is better for you. But if you cut yourself off like that, the sound won't come out. So what do you have to do? You got to straighten it out, and you got to make it so everything's all in alignment. So just kind of think of those and see if that helps. The third thing I would say is that think of your body like a ladder. If you have one of the ladder steps missing, you're going to fall right off. So those are three great metaphors. If anyone else there is having the same kind of issue that Boomler is talking about, try those. You should be good. And yeah, there you have it. Next lesson, we're going to be talking about the range and how it relates to style, as well as vibrato and how the vibrato relates to the style of your own voice as well. And I'm also going to be talking about several other things. Again, I wanted to say thanks, you guys. I've got over 171 subscribers now. I really appreciate it. And lots of friends. And I want to say thanks, you guys. You guys have been really supportive. I really appreciate all the respect and questions and comments and feedback you guys have been giving me. This is great. If there's anything you'd like to see, let me know. Also, if you guys have any sort of comment or question about this, leave one here in the comment section below or on my channel page. And yeah, that's about it. I hope this lesson was both entertaining, and I hope you guys got something from this. So as always, feel free to ask any sort of question that you would like. And as always, subscribe. You got the big yellow button at the top, big yellow button at the bottom. And I will talk to you guys later. Take care.